Good morning. Today is Friday, August 22nd, 2025. Rabbi Melech Biederman quotes an earlier source that says something quite astonishing about our Torah portion, the beginning of our Torah portion, the Parsha of Re'eh. The word Re'eh, Resh Aleph Hey, is an acronym for Rosh Ellul Hayom. The beginning of Ellul is today. Now, what that means is that the word Re'eh literally means see, but the acronym means today is the beginning of Ellul. So let me just explain what that means. Every year, on the Shabbos that we read this portion of Re'eh, is either the day of Rosh Chodesh Elul, the first day of the Jewish month of Ellul, or, like this year, it's Shabbos Mevarchim. We announce that Elul is this week. Actually, Rosh Chodesh is Sunday and Monday is the first day of Elul. Remember, anytime there are 2 days of Rosh Chodesh, the first day of Rosh Chodesh is the last day of the last month, and the second day of Rosh Chodesh is the first day of the next month. So Rosh Chodesh is observed for 2 days this month, Sunday and Monday, but the actual first day of Elul is Monday. So Re'eh, the Torah portion, refers to Rosh Ellul Hayom. Either literally it's the beginning of Elul, or it's the day that we announce the beginning of Elul. Elul is the month of preparation for the Yomim Noroyim, the days of awe, the high holidays, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and Sukkot. Starting on Monday, we blow the shofar in shul every weekday morning to remind ourselves to get ready, to prepare. Starting Sunday night, which is the beginning of Monday, that's the first of Elul, we begin to say the paragraph LeDavid Hashem Ori V'Yishi, and included in that is the line Acha Sha'alti Meis Hashem Osa Vakesh. There's only one thing I ask God, Shivti B'Veis Hashem Kol Yemei Chayai. Let me dwell in the house of God forever, and to see the glory of your goodness. Now, the Zohar, which is the classic work on Kabbalah, Jewish mysticism, has a comment on a different word in the first pasuk. Re'eh Anochi Nosein Lifnechem Hayom Bracha Ukol. See that I place before you today blessing and curse. Last night, I discussed with you the significance, the emphasis on the word Hayom, today. But the Zohar understands that word differently. The Zohar says Hayom, today, Ha, with a Hey Hayadiyah. The Hey at the beginning means the specific day, refers to Rosh Hashanah. Re'eh anochi nosin lifnechem hayom bracha klala. See that I place before you on this day of Rosh Hashanah blessing and curse. But the Zohar explains that really it means Hayom is every day of the year. Every day of the year, what happens to us was decided by God on Rosh Hashanah. So today's a Friday. So Hayom was decided on Rosh Hashanah. Whatever is going to happen to me today was decided by God back on last Rosh Hashanah. And this coming Rosh Hashanah, Hashem will decide what will happen to me and to everybody else in the coming year. So every single day can be described as Hayom, the day, because this day is the day that was decided on Rosh Hashanah. And that means individually to each of us as an individual. That means nationally. That means globally to all humanity. Everything that happens is decided on Rosh Hashanah. But before Hayom, before the day that God decides, which is Rosh Hashanah, that is what our Torah is saying. Our Torah of Pasuk is saying, Re'eh, see, Anochi nosem lifnechem, I am placing before you Hayom. I am placing it before you now in advance of Hayom, Bracha Klala. I am placing before you blessing and curse. So before Rosh Hashanah comes, before we say the word Hayom, which refers to Rosh Hashanah, the first word is Re'eh, which means Rosh Ellul Hayom. So before Rosh Hashanah comes Elul. So that's what the pasuk means to tell us, according to the Zohar. That there's going to be a day called Rosh Hashanah, Hayom, but before that there is Re'eh, which is the beginning of the month of Elul. So what the Torah is saying is, Re'eh, see the month of Elul before Hayom, which is Rosh Hashanah. During this month of Elul, it's now in our hands. That's what God is saying. See that I have placed before you in the month of Elul, before Rosh Hashanah, bracha and v'klala, blessing or curse, God forbid, life or death, God forbid. In other words, the point of this is to say that during this month of Elul, it's now in our hands to pray, to improve, to ask forgiveness, to grant forgiveness, to plan how to be better, to do something different that is better during the month of Elul, to try to visualize the person at the end of Sukkos, on the day after Simchas Torah, when the high holidays end, to try to visualize what will that person be? What will Michael Whitman be on the day after Simchas Torah that's different than today? Hopefully that's better than today. How I need to visualize that. In what way do I hope to be better? And what are the steps that I need in order to get there? That choice between bracha and klala is placed before us, lifnechem, before us, now, during the month of Elul, before Rosh Hashanah comes. Rabbi Shmuel Auerbach is one of the older great scholars of Jerusalem. And he remembers many years ago he attended a funeral of an elderly scholar who had passed away. And that elderly scholar had remembered that he was a boy, and the following story when he was a boy. So this is a story that took place maybe, 150 years ago in Israel, in Jerusalem. The story goes like this. It was the Shabbos before Rosh Chodesh, Elul. So we say the Birchas HaChodesh, the blessing for the new month. And then we announce, and this Shabbos in Shul we will announce, Rosh Chodesh Elul, Yeh b'yom harishon b'yom hasheni, will be on Sunday or Monday, Haba aleinu v'al kol Yisrael l'tova, and it should come to us and all of Israel for good. But in that shul, at that moment, when the Chazan says Rosh Chodesh Yeh B'Yom, Rosh Chodesh Elul is going to begin on Monday. The first day of Elul is Monday. There was a commotion in the women's section. And people cried out, water, water. Someone had fainted. A woman had fainted. She heard the words, Rosh Chodesh Elul Yeh B'Yom. Rosh Chodesh is coming. Elul is coming. Rosh Hashanah is coming. Everything that happens to us in the coming year will be decided. And she fainted as she absorbed that message. I hope nobody faints tomorrow in shul when we say these words, Rosh Chodesh Elul Yeh B'Yom Harishon or B'Yom Hasheni. I hope you don't faint. But a shiver, a feeling of awe, a trembling should run through us at the thought that it is now in our hands, in our thoughts, in our prayers, to help decide what will happen to us in the coming year. My friends, I wish you a beautiful day and a very meaningful Shabbos. And especially as we announce Rosh Chodesh Elul and start Rosh Chodesh Elul, that we should be able to turn our thoughts and to visualize that person that I hope to be the day after Simchas Torah, better, improved, and that I come up with the steps necessary to get there. And I look forward to seeing you all soon in person.